What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I got a real good video for y'all, for entertainment purposes only. So like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and leave a comment. But enough with this talking, let's run the video.
Right now, a lot of people are mad and they are speaking about the 251 bodies they found behind the prison. Before people get mad, I want people to understand and understand what kind of system we really live in. It's not just prisoners in jail that's doing time. We are all doing time in the matrix. We can get the piece of bread or we can get the key. It's your choice. Once you understand this language, you will see that everything is a trick. Because when someone get locked up, they say that person is doing time. They are not just doing time. They say that prisoner is just another number. But once you understand the matrix and how it works, you know that every time we go to work, we gotta punch a clock. So we are doing time. And they say inmates are just a number. The last time I checked, we all have social security numbers, so we are all just numbers, not prisoners. When something happened in the matrix like this with these 251 bodies, don't get mad. Try to understand what they're trying to tell us. 251 is really 8. And right now we are living in 2024, which is 8. Remember that Matrix use numbers to get out certain messages. They are letting you know that we are in the year of the 8, the year of karma. It's a deeper reason why stories like this go unheard and nothing is ever done about it. Because we want human rights. Do you know what the word rights really mean? The word rights and writing is the same thing, because once you are writing something out, you are putting a spell on yourself because you are using a pen or a pencil. If you look at the word penitentiary, the first 3 letters is P-E-N, pen, like you writing something down. Or you can use a pencil. The word pencil is really pencil, because you are putting a seal on your spirit. These are sigils or seals to lock our spirit in a certain frequency or a certain box. That's why when people go to prison, you are put in a box, a square. Before we was tricked to believe that the moon is a good thing, time did not exist. But now that the moon is here, you see it go through different phases. Those phases are like 12, 1, 2. It is actually the clock in the sky. Those 251 bodies they found, they was locked up upstate, or the state of mind. We don't own our bodies, we own our spirits. Our parents signed off on our birth certificates to the states, so the state can keep these 251 bodies, because once again, we don't own our bodies, we own our spirits. Everything is a state of mind, because we have been conditioned to believe in nonsense that don't make any sense. This is the same reason why the Pope always have the pineal gland in his hand. The pineal gland means they own our reality. The reason why we get old or age in the matrix is because we are all doing time. Once we break this time prison or this mind trap, we will be free again. They always put the truth in your face. Don't go for the bread, go for the key. Check out my ebook. The link is in the bio.
Who knows the truth behind social media? Oh, you don't? Well, you gonna learn today. When you talk about social media, you have to break it down. Social and media. We know what social is, but what the fuck is media? Or Medea? Come on, spill it. And see, Medea was a Greek goddess. She controlled and casted magic. What she was most known for is she had the ability to control emotions, love, and desires. Then when you look at how people treat the media, doesn't it control what they desire? Scrolling on any social media app leave you on a goddamn emotional roller coaster? Even then, you can't tell me it don't feel like you've been put under a hypnotic spell when you scrolling for hours and lose track of time without you consciously knowing you did. I know people are gonna say, a Greek god? No possible way. Nike, the goddess of victory. Janus, or January, the god of transition, the god of beginning and end, like New Year's. But I literally can go all day showing you how these Greek gods and goddesses have effects over our lives. Moral of the story is, be consciously aware of the energy that you're using while you're on this media. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the truth behind media in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that.
They say words are spells, and words are not worded that way by coincidence. I feel like we as a whole need to pay attention to the words we speak more on a daily basis, because I strongly believe there's power in the tongue.
Here are some morbidly wholesome facts about Johnny Depp. In 2007, Johnny Depp's daughter Lily Rose was hospitalized at age 7 after contracting a severe E. coli infection that resulted in kidney failure. She was in a children's hospital for 9 days and doctors weren't sure if she'd make it through. Once she recovered, in order to thank the hospital for taking care of her, Johnny dressed up as Jack Sparrow and read stories for all the kids at the hospital. Today, Johnny always travels with his Jack Sparrow costume so he can randomly visit children's hospitals while dressed in character. While filming for Sleepy Hollow, Johnny became very close with his co-star, a one-eyed horse named Goldeneye. When he heard the horse was going to be euthanized after filming, Johnny didn't hesitate to adopt the horse himself. When the Imaginarium of Dr. Pistorius was only a third of the way through filming, lead actor Heath Ledger tragically passed away from a sleeping pill overdose. Along with Jude Law and Colin Farrell, Johnny Depp filled in for Heath Ledger's role and donated his entire wage to Heath's 4-year-old daughter.
Johnny Depp out here doing good for the people. I always thought he was a pretty good actor. Edward Scissorhands used to be one of my favorite movies growing up as a child.
What you see playing out in the world stage right now is what you call the Antichrist Consciousness. Now, I don't want you to get religion mixed into it. I know the wording is the same. But I'm not talking about Jesus Christ. I'm talking about your Christos consciousness. That is your heart. The ruling elite are Antichrist consciousness. They hate anything that has to do with the law of one, meaning we all stem from one source, one creator. They hate empathy and they hate humanity. They literally think they're better than you. That's why they're called the Illuminati. They're illuminated. They're so special. Some of you guys call them the Nephilim. That is sort of true. They are hybrids. But guess what? Humanity is also hybrids. That's what they don't want to tell you. Because if they told you that, you'd discover your true powers. But anyway, this is a clear war tactic, right? What they're doing. They've been doing this for centuries. Conquer and divide. Actually, it's divide and conquer. They pit you against each other through, like, fabricated issues. There are no issues, right? They created the issues. And this is how they infest all of us with the Antichrist consciousness. They want you to deactivate and imbalance your heart chakra so you cannot access your inner empathy, your inner Christos. So that means they get to play their game for longer and you have fallen into their trap. Humanity will have a choice in the very near future through all these wars and conflict, because trust me, they're going to do more wars and conflict to get you more riled up. Do you choose the Antichrist consciousness, which is hating each other, or do you choose the Christ consciousness and realize that the true enemy is right in front of you? All of these distractions, wars, endless conflict for no freaking reason is to stop humanity from realizing our true power. Like I said before, we are also hybrids. We are hybrids of very, very powerful 15th dimensional, 12th dimensional, and above entities that created us in their image. But these Illuminati, fallen angels, elite, they infiltrated Earth, which was supposed to be the Garden of Eden, and they used this place as like their playground, their harvesting center. If you want to learn more about human hybridization, how we got into this matrix, what is next for humanity, my book, Made in God's Image, is linked in my bio. Of course, I say things in that book I can't say here. But please, you guys, if you want to help humanity ascend, you got to activate your inner Christos, your inner Christ consciousness. And no, it has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was actually not the only one teaching Christ consciousness. There were many, many, many different ancient wise souls that taught Christ consciousness. All Christ consciousness means is your heart, your empathy. This is why when the Egyptian pharaoh, when he passes away, he has his heart weighed on a scale with a feather by Anubis. Otherwise, he cannot make it to the afterlife. Your heart cannot be heavy with greed, pride, anger, lust. That is what true Christ consciousness is, because truthfully, we are all one. This is what the elite want you to forget. Because unfortunately, they have also forgotten that we are all one.
Feet thing. If you guys didn't know, the 6 feet away from each other is the distance of your aura between another person. And they actually made that number up in 1894. 1894, they actually made that number up. But when a person is within 6 feet of another person, their auras actually merge together and their energy becomes as one. You become united. You become strong. So if you tell people to stay away from one another, 6 feet from each other, guess what? You become divided and you become isolated and you become scared of being next to each other. But when you're next to each other, 6 feet, all of a sudden, your auras message together. And this was shown in the book Infinite Mind, and it's a great book that talks about how your aura picks up on everything before your brain and central nervous system.
I'm not going to speak too much on that, but it does make sense that we all together in the bunch, it'll be harder for anything to just penetrate anything individually.
We got 3 different water spouts spotted at the same place at the same time. Things are starting to get freaky, Bushkies.
You guys see what happened to Panama City during the severe storm yesterday? Check this out, y'all. Houses are just completely leveled, destroyed, broken in. Oh my goodness, there's destruction and debris everywhere. It's crazy because I am in northern Florida as well, and it was getting pretty bad here. It was raining a lot, high winds. We kept on hearing thunder rolling. We really thought we were gonna get a tornado as well, but man, just look at this, you guys. This is a drone footage of showing with the destruction. This is only a little bit of it. People saying they kept on hearing noises, blue light flashing in the sky. Do you see this? Florida don't really experience tornadoes like this, you guys, especially around this time of year when it's supposed to be quote unquote cold. It's like the earth is confused. This pole shift is really going through. The earth is confused. We have tornadoes in January, the beginning of year. People are supposed to be bundled up in their house. Oh wow, man. But yes, this is what the tornado did yesterday, you guys. I told you guys 2024 is going to get a lot more interesting. This is just the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? But we already know time doesn't really exist. So the earth is catching up and doing what she's got to do, you guys. This is literally the karma earth is giving back to those who have done her wrong. You know, removing her oil, taking her trees, removing the plants, the fruits and the vegetables that were everywhere on earth, removing the giant tree, the tree of life. You know what I'm saying? This is literally our karma coming back. And like I said, it's only gonna get more interesting from here on out, you guys. This video is solely for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Were you affected by this? Do you know anybody that was affected by this? I hope you guys are safe out there, because like I said, it's going to increase. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Like, share, and follow for more videos like this, y'all. Let's get this shit.
Hey, I remember those spring break days, but that's like the second storm to hit. The first one was like a hurricane and wiped out everything. Me personally, I really feel like it's really deeper than what they saying, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Y'all know how we had 2 big earthquakes in Japan today? Well, they actually spotted this in the sky the same exact day. It's so bizarre. Didn't the Bible say there'd be signs and wonders in the sky? Also earthquakes in diverse places. I have never in my life seen a cloud like that. And and the same exact day, January 9th, the Prime Minister of Japan's house burned down. Like, this is crazy. It's literally getting to the point where if you see something abnormal in the sky, you know that there's like a massive earthquake or some catastrophic thing coming to that same region when you see it. Turkey is a great reminder of that, as well as Brazil, Africa, and many other places. Y'all better watch those skies. They literally tell the future.
Unexplained things caught on camera. These people are in California and they are stopped on the side of the road because of what they just saw in the sky. Basically, behind these power lines up here, they are going to zoom in, and at first it looks like there's some sort of like clouds that may be reflecting a sun or sunset. But as you look at this weird video closer, you're gonna see what appears to be just like hundreds and hundreds of these right here, of these shapes that are going through the sky. It almost looks like some sort of, yeah, they're all like these glowing things. I don't know what this is, but they're all shimmering and sparkling. It can't be birds, but you can see them very clearly here. There's like a stream of them just going through the sky. She looks around, makes sure there's nothing weird going on elsewhere. So I don't know what these things are. This was in California recently. So if you know what the heck this is happening in the sky, let us know in the comments and follow for more.
This video of an unidentified flying object that was seen over Palm Desert, California, looks a lot like another UFO seen flying over France. I'm going to show you the French one next. Like I said, that one was in Palm Desert, California. And this one was spotted in France. They look almost identical. These are the same type of object, going kind of slow, moving though. So not a balloon because they're moving laterally. Now since you've seen the one from France, let me show you the one from California again, but zoomed in. You see, it looks just like the one from France. And I'm telling you it's not a balloon because it's moving laterally. Look at that thing, right over the desert of California. I'm not saying it's alien, but it's definitely unidentified, it's flying, and it's an object. Tell me what you think of these two UFO videos, Booshkis. Do they look the same? Do they look different? Do they look almost the same? Do they look a little different? And remember, one's from California and the other's from France. Shabadoo, Booshkis! Shabadoo!
More and more we see videos of these spacecrafts, UAPs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them. But I think this year gonna be the year.
Always going to put the truth in your face. Watch this.
When shuttles blow up, it's not always an accident. What do you mean, not an accident? Who is this guy singing? And who am I, a conspiracy fly? Did you know NASA means deceive in Hebrew? I did not. The Denver airport was built by the Illuminati.
Now remember what the fly said. NASA means to deceive in Hebrew. Which is correct. Hebrew is the language that the Bible was written in. So in the Garden of Eden, when Satan deceived Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, God said unto Eve, "What is this that thou hast done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat." Look at that word right there, beguiled. Alright, so if we go into the biblical usage of this term beguiled, it means to deceive. And if you go back to the Hebrew text in the original Hebrew Bible, it's NASA. So NASA means to deceive. Remember, it was the serpent that beguiled Eve or deceived Eve. It's not a coincidence that NASA's logo is literally a snake or a serpent tongue. Look at that. You see that red tongue going through it? Oh yeah, and what's the definition of a serpent? A sly or treacherous person? Oh, someone who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. I wonder who that is. Someone who exploits a position of trust in order to betray that trust. Satan, the serpent, is using NASA to deceive everyone, to believe in evolution rather than the creation account in Genesis 1. All throughout the Bible, it explains a flat, stationary plane with the sun, moon, and stars inside of a glass dome firmament. The Bible says in Romans 3 verse 4, "Let God be true, but every man a liar." When they put truth in our face like that, they're fulfilling the prophecy of Luke 12 verse 3. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and which ye have spoken in the ear in the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So whatever they speak about in secret, they must proclaim it upon the housetops. They have their ways. Right, we got to make sure we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, all right, or else he'll get an advantage over us. This is why I've gone ahead and made the True Earth book for you guys, so you can have all this information at your fingertips. Go download it right now. It's in my profile. Make sure you guys like and follow, and I'll see you in the next one.
Stephen Hawking's being on the list reminds me of a conspiracy I heard, that Stephen Hawking wasn't even actually a real person, but a character. So before he had a robot talking for him, he had a translator.
David, when did you first read?
Stephen Hawking's being on the list reminds me of a conspiracy I heard, that Stephen Hawking wasn't even actually a real person, but a character. So before he had a robot talking for him, he had a translator.
David, when did you first realize you wanted to be a physicist?
I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist, or model railways, or playing complicated games, was aiming in some way at finding out how the world worked around me.
People are questioning how someone translates those grunts into actual sentences. It just doesn't add up to them.
I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist.
Like, how is that being translated? It's like Han Solo translating for Chewbacca. Now, kinda how the media uses children as shields, people believe that Stephen Hawking was used as a shield, that he was an actual person with actual ALS. But if people questioned anything he said, like his research on the Big Bang Theory, and attacked him for that, oh, how dare you attack somebody with ALS? How dare you attack somebody that's crippled? Kinda how the media use children today and go, how dare you attack a child whenever an angry mob questions their opinion. People are less likely to do so because of that. It's called empathy. But what do you think? Was he just a puppet? Or can you really translate grunts like that?
Hey, but that is pretty deep. Anybody could have been hitting something on that screen. We don't even know. But if they was, man, that'd make two geniuses.
Morbid Facts, Part 181. While preparing for his role as Steve Jobs in the movie Jobs, Ashton Kutcher followed Steve's fruitarian diet but ended up in the hospital with pancreatic issues. Perhaps it's no coincidence that Steve Jobs himself died of pancreatic cancer. Here's an x-ray of Robbie Knievel's spine and an actual photograph of the metal device after he passed away last year. Robbie broke 20 bones throughout his daredevil career, but this foils in comparison to his father Evel Knievel, who fractured his bones an astounding 433 times. Here's a clip of Shonda Vander vomiting in court after being shown photos of her emaciated, disabled son, who she starved and murdered. The Michigan woman was convicted of first-degree murder and child abuse. In 2006, after a man shot 10 Amish children and took his own life, the Amish went to the man's family to offer them support. They also set up a charity fund for his family, and during the shooter's funeral, they surrounded the family to shield them from the media.
You know, hot dogs are one of the most hazardous foods you can eat. Yeah. Because of... yeah, I know this guy's drooling right now. Yeah, I said hot dog. He's like, oh, I want one now. Hot dogs have one of the most microplastics.
I know that. Fam, have you seen the How It's Made documentary on hot dogs? Fam, it's actually bad.
But back this, like, the microplastics, when you consume them, it's from forever chemical. Like, that shit's still with you.
That's why you eat the bratwurst, because apparently it's like it contains less less microplastics.
Less forever chemicals. Just don't eat no forever chemicals.
There's chemicals to everything, bro. I didn't even know, like, my shit on my toothpaste is red. That means more chemicals. You get the red one? Yes, bro. At this point, fam, I'm doomed. Might as well go out by enjoying the shit you like, fam. I'm gonna eat a hot dog regardless. Pause.
2024, here we go. New York police discover secret tunnels under Jewish synagogue. Now, before I continue, this video is solely for entertainment purposes only. We have one of them trying to escape the manhole. Do you see this, y'all? Do y'all see this? This guy, this guy is escaping the manhole. He's running away. But yeah, y'all, look at this. Just look at the scene around the warehouse. Look at all these people. The stuff that they found down there, I'm gonna show y'all a video next. Look at that, y'all. They're hiding inside of that. Look at this. So this is what's literally underground, y'all. You know all these buildings are built on top of things like this. Wow. And here they are showing us what's underground in the synagogue, you guys. Just a whole bunch of landfill. But just keep your eyes open because you'll see some very interesting things. I'm not going to say it on TikTok because you already know how TikTok does. But check this out, y'all. So all these huge buildings you see on New York are built on top of things. You know, these are what they call the mud flood buildings. But they still use them. People go under there and use them. Y'all see children go in these places all the time. This happened in Chicago, New York. But yes, this is where they go and do their dirt. Literally, pun intended. Shit crazy, y'all. But this is what, you know, unfortunately, a lot of our children are succumb to. Now, again, this video is solely for educational purposes only. Solely for educational purpose only, you guys. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations. They're just interesting times. And boy, 2024 is interesting and it's only going to get more interesting. I keep telling you guys, y'all, okay? This video is for educational purposes only, but y'all see what's going on, you guys. The jig is up. Literally, the jig is up. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, share, and follow for more videos like this, y'all. The shift is here. We getting it. Peace in.
I just had a video about underground tunnels. That's wild. I wonder what they was doing down there. We can all agree from them just being underground, it had to be something crazy.
So have y'all ever seen a UFO make a crop circle? Yeah, me either. Let's watch this. This is allegedly a UFO creating a crop circle right before y'all eyes. And then taking off. Are y'all seeing this crazy ass shit right here, bro? The craziest part is that this shit just appeared out of nowhere, abracadabra type shit. And then it popped up the next day. It was there. What we just seen. There's some crazy shit. And the man who recorded the video decided to show his people, but guess what? They didn't believe him. They thought he manipulated the video. Let's watch this video again. A speck of light pop up and Cosmo and Wanda a fucking crop circle in the middle of nowhere. Out of nothing. See? Shit. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about these UFOs making crop circles pop up in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me.
How do you feel about the crop circles?
Are there cymatics of the earth speaking to us? And what's interesting is there's videos where these little orbs come about and then you see this design being drawn. And that those orbs, I've learned, are the compression of certain materials stacked on top of each other, which then create the orbs. That's where, like, all those people, when they're like, oh, there's all these ghosts over there. Well, there's actually compressions of certain types of materials which stack together, create a chemical reaction, and then you have this orb. But I believe with the crop circles that it's Mother Earth speaking to us. And when I started to look at all of them, I started to see designs. I started to see, like, inventions. I started to see, actually, a lot of things related to atmospheric energy. You know, I started to see alignments, like things like the eclipse, and how, like, significant the eclipse is. Even here, we had 2 eclipses, you know, in 2 weeks. And if you stared into it, your energy goes through the roof. You know, so all these things that Mother Earth is trying to communicate with us. And like you said, we used to be tapped into this. We used to be able to see these frequencies or at least tap into that. And we've disconnected and lost that. But the crop circles thing's just as wild because they even said, too, that people will meditate in them. Their energy will go very high. Or they'll notice all these plants the plant growth is like wild, and they noticed all these different types of rare plants popping up in that same spot. And Mother Earth is trying to communicate, tell you something, and you need to pay attention.
Come on, spill the tea.